Welcome to the True Core Crew podcast, where we discuss everything health and fitness, giving you the tools and tips to not only build, but live your best life, body, mind, and spirit. Thanks for joining us. Hello, everyone, and welcome to True Core Crew podcast. And right now, live training in our Facebook group, Annapolis Health, Fitness, Nutrition, and Mindset. My name is Shannon Logan. I am the owner of True Core in Annapolis, Maryland. And I am joined once again by our lovely client success manager, Miss Eileen Wetzel. Happy Thursday, Eileen.
Friday Eve.
We are filming, recording this on February 3rd, Thursday, February 3rd. So tomorrow is the 4th and tomorrow is Friday. So we are, like you said, officially on Friday Eve.
Woo.
You and I both have an important day tomorrow.
Yes.
On February 4th.
It's our daughter's birthday.
Isn't that interesting?
We have separate daughters.
We do have separate daughters. Born the same day, 12 years apart.
Oh my gosh. That means I have a teenager.
So tomorrow you will have a teenager and I will have a 1-year-old.
OMG.
Crazy. The fact that they classify a child 1 to 3 years old as a toddler is like heartbreaking to me at the moment. It's very hard for me to think about. I have less than 24 hours left with my baby. And after that 12:01, I will have a toddler.
Yeah. Well, my child is taller than me. So there's that. Yours will be soon too. She's
probably sooner than I would like, because she is not a short individual. Her father is quite tall as well. So
legs for days.
But today, we put a survey out, I think last week, regarding like what people would like to know about. We put out exercise, nutrition, mindset, and that got the most votes. And I love that because oftentimes you and I preach about, I can give you a personal trainer, I can train you, I can give you a meal plan, but if I don't work at the heart of your reasons why, we're not going to be able to make real substantial change. So AKA, if I don't work on that mindset, you're just going to backslide and step back after you stop working with us, or even as you're in the process of either personal training or group classes. We can make the most impact and have the lasting change that we're all after if we seek that mindset piece, right?
Absolutely. And I've witnessed it.
Yeah. Like you've taken at least 25 people through our transformation program by this point. And we spent a lot of time in that talking about mindset. So what have been some of the most beneficial things you've seen in people once they start focusing on their mindset on more of a daily basis?
Their sleep habits. I think as adults, we think, oh, it's fine. I can run on fumes. I don't need to get a full night's sleep. And if you are working out and you're working full time and you're taking care of children, like implementing the habit of getting to bed, even though some people are oppositional defiant and don't want to go to bed at a certain time, it has changed quite a few of the transformation clients' lives, just realizing how important sleep is and implementing that habit. They just feel better overall. Obviously, it helps with their mindset because they're not groggy, not relying on caffeine per se, and they're able to think clearer and be more present in their day because they implemented getting more sleep.
Sleep definitely impacts everything, right? So like, my mindset is definitely a more positive outlook if I'm getting enough sleep on a daily basis, for sure.
You're not grouchy.
Irritable.
Not just you, I'm saying in general, people can be unprepared to deal with tasks that present themselves throughout the day if they're not rested.
So what else? So when we talk about our mindset, right, we have literally thousands of thoughts that cross our mind every day. And that includes a lot of self-talk. And one of the things that I have found myself that is hard for me that I have to come to terms with and work on is A, how I talk to myself. And then B, what am I comparing myself to? So I'm a little bit of a type A personality. I like routine. I like structure. I have goals. And what tends to happen is whenever I hit a goal, I like just set a next goal. And so I'm always comparing myself to where I want to be versus where I've come from. And what a lot of research and data is showing is well these days is with the increase of social media and our phones in our pockets, we have access to all kinds of things that we can compare ourselves to on a daily basis. And so we're oftentimes comparing people's externals and people's
highlight reel
ideals, right, to
Yeah.
our internals. And that's just not actually fact, right? Like I don't put my as our pastor at church says, I don't put my intense fellowship with my husband on Facebook, right? Like I don't post about that. I will tend to post about good things, and I tend to see good things on people's Facebooks. I don't see when they're struggling or they might be struggling with a depression or anxiety or fear or apprehension or those kind of things. So I'm in the process. I'm about halfway through a book called The Gap and the Gain, which I think you said that you just picked up as well.
I did. Shout out to Clayton. He's the one that recommended it.
Yes. Scott recommended it to me. So, and in that book, they talk a lot about three things that I think are really important when it comes to mindset that have been helpful for me thus far. One is switching to a mindset of gratitude. So, research shows that people who practice a gratitude routine tend to be happier, less stress, and have a perspective and an outlook of positivity instead
Optimism.
of being more pessimistic.
Absolutely.
So I know you are very in tune with being a grateful individual. What do you do on a daily basis to practice gratitude, and what do you help our clients do?
To practice with gratitude, gratitude lists are important. Once you get it out of your brain and put pen to paper, and you can actually see it, it makes it more real per se. I mean, obviously you can think it, but if you actually get it out and you write it down and you're looking at it and even repeat it to yourself, it's like a reassurance that you know that you're grateful for these particular things. They don't even have to be, doesn't even have to be like a thing. It can be anything. You can be grateful for running water, for example. There's some things that we take for granted on a daily basis that some people don't have, running water, clean water even, so like just little things like that, just for health in general, especially with everything going on with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Just being mindful of those things that somebody may be taking for granted.
For sure.
But yeah.
Yeah. I like to do gratitude lists a couple times in the morning for sure to kind of start my day off. And then as my day goes on, if I find myself getting stressed, getting anxious, getting irritated, being frightened, being annoyed, I'll stop and I'll say, all right, what are 5 things I can be grateful for? And I like to write them down because there's actually a body brain bond that happens when you write. So I'll write them down. And then, like you mentioned, after I'm done writing all 5 down, I make myself do 5. And then I'll actually speak them as well. So I actually go back and read them out loud. And it's almost like I've taken an instant pill to switch my mindset. It's like, you know what? All right, let's keep going here. It's going to be all right.
You can become solutions based when you do that. You realize that you're not stuck in whatever it is that's causing the irritability. You have all of these positive aspects going on in your life. Let's turn that mindset around and focus on the good and be solutions based.
Yeah. So gratitude, big one for mindset.
Yeah.
The second one that I'm actively working on that I think is so smart but a lot of us don't do, is start to compare yourself to where you were, not to where you want to be.
Ooh,
Yeah. So, for
that.
example, right, we work with a lot of people that want to lose weight. So say we have someone that starts at 200 pounds and they want to end up at like 160. And a month into the journey, they're like, I've only lost 10 pounds, because they're comparing, hey, I'm still at 190. I have 30 more pounds to go. Well, yes, but look, you've dropped 10 pounds. Go to a grocery store and pick up a 10-pound chicken. That's what you've lost.
Drop that. Right. You don't have to carry that chicken around anymore.
On a day-to-day basis, up a
Right.
flight of stairs, in and out of the car, on and off the toilet. You are now at 190. You are walking in a lifestyle of a person that weighs 190, not a person that weighs 200. Right.
People don't realize, I know that it's a shift your mindset, is that you didn't gain the extra 40 pounds in a month. You're not going to lose it in a month, at least not in a healthy, sustainable fashion. You got to give yourself some grace and give yourself some time. And yes, celebrate those wins, because 10 pounds in a month is absolutely a win.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. But it's very easy to look at where I'm not yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I do this myself all the time with work. I have goals and ideals for work of where I want to be. And I tend to put word choices like where I should be instead of where I want to be. And the second I put that word should in there, it's a whole different feeling in my body. I feel shame. I feel less than. I feel like there's something wrong with me. So I work on that word choice of should being switched to where I want to be. Okay. And then, like, if I look back on where I was as a business owner a year ago, or more importantly, like 7 years ago, and what my life looked like and what I was up to. And then I look at where I am now. It's like, oh, wow, I've actually made a ton of progress towards that.
Amazing progress. Goal. Absolutely.
But if I'm only focused on where I want to be, oh, I'm not at this point yet. I don't have this many full-time employees. I don't have this kind of a gym setting. I don't have this program yet. Then I'm constantly feeling less than. So focusing on that, I've actually traveled this far distance. Look at the progress I've made. I've dropped that 10 pounds. I've gotten a work routine down.
Sleep routine. I feel better throughout the day. I'm working out consistently. Those sort of things.
Absolutely.
Celebrate the small wins along the way.
Look back over your shoulder and remember where you started from.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So we have gratitude. We have measure your progress. Reflect on that, not just how far you still want to go, but where you've been.
How far you've come. Absolutely.
And then this one's really good. It's been helping me a lot, is come up with your own definition of success.
Oh, yeah, because it looks different for everybody. Yeah. My success looks way different than yours.
Right. But we are bombarded with what success should look like in news, radio, social media, movies, magazines, etc. And actually, there's quite a lot of lifestyles that if I lived that lifestyle, I probably would not be happy. It is classified as success, but for who I am and what feeds my soul, if I was to live that lifestyle, I probably may not be successful. I may not feel content, fulfilled, and like I was in my soul purpose. So, like, for me, success means that I have one aspect of it is I have time for my daughter with my undivided attention each day. And, at first that might be 10 minutes, but as I've grown as a mom in the last year, that's now, I have at least 30 to 60 minutes a day where my undivided attention is on her. That means no phones, no TVs, no laptops, no texting. It's just her and I playing and engaging. And, I'm immersed in that experience. That's one of the ways I see success for myself. That may not be how John Smith down the road feels successful. But if we are defining success with like arbitrary external influences, it's very likely we're never going to get there because they're not actually our values. So what does success look like for you? Like, what's one aspect of success for you, Ellie?
Happiness and peaceful existence. Because in my past, if you've known my past, it was rather chaotic and not very peaceful, to say the least. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to be successful as far as like making sure that I can feed my family and I can provide a roof over our heads and obviously be able to purchase the things that we need throughout our lives and not go without. But my values have changed, over the years. And something that I truly find as a piece of success for me is that I'm happy, my child's happy, my child's healthy, I'm healthy. I am being an example of how someone lives a healthy lifestyle for my child. Like, that's success for me, because I wasn't healthy for years. And, now I realize the importance of that for myself, for longevity, because I want to be around for all of her life events. I want her to see what a lifestyle of health looks like as well. That would be success for me.
And within that, you could even pull that back a layer deeper and say, well, what does health mean for you?
Oh,
right. I'm not saying that you have to tell us now. I'm just saying, get as specific and granular as you can, because the more vague we are, the less we can actually see our success. So if I was to say, for me, health looks like, I'm physically active 4 to 5 days a week. I only eat takeout this many times per week.
mhm.
I get enough rest each night with my sleep. Like, define what health for you as a person is, and so that you can see your success in what you're walking it out to be.
Absolutely.
So Josh had asked us 3 tools to use to change or improve your mindset. So Josh, there are your 3 things. A, practice gratitude on a daily basis. B, outline what success looks like for you specifically. Take some time, reflect on that. It usually comes down to your value system. And then C, measure your progress and not just where you have to be quite yet. One last thing I want to talk about quickly is Suzette had asked us, how do you improve your mindset or shift your mindset after you have maybe quote unquote failed or had a setback or not achieved a goal that you might have wanted to? And I think that is a very good question, because we all will have times in our lives where we fall short, just because that's life. And we have a motto at TrueCore. It's plastered on a whiteboard in my office. You see it on our social media. Aline, do you know what the motto is that I'm referencing?
Progress, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection, right? So I myself like to try to obtain as much perfection as possible. And
just a little.
Just a little. And before I became a business owner, that created a ton of unhappiness in my life. And once I became a business owner, I saw how unrealistic that is. So that progress word kind of goes back to the look back over your shoulder and measure where you've come from. So Suzette and whoever else out there that's like, what should I do once I fall? Just remember you fell because you're trying to improve yourself in some way. And that within itself is progress, right? So if it's a weight loss and you're saying, I'm not going to get Chick-fil-A this week, and you happen to get Chick-fil-A one day. Okay. Yeah, you fell. You got those nuggets. They're delicious.
Yeah.
But maybe it was a one-time thing this week and not an everyday thing like it was a couple weeks before. So again, just look back and see what progress have you made in the last day, month, hour. Maybe you were deciding, hey, I want to be nicer to my spouse, and today I didn't say a mean comment at all. That could be progress, right?
Absolutely.
So just remember that if you do fall, if you do have a setback, you can't have a setback unless you're striving to do better, which within itself is a positive step forward. Anything to add before we wrap up this afternoon, Ms. Helene?
No, I think we've covered a lot of good information today, but that progress, not perfection, is huge. Mm-hmm. You're better than you were when you started. You got to give yourself some credit for that.
Yeah. Practice gratitude, write it out, and then speak it. Define what success for you as an individual looks like and make that as granular as possible. And then measure your progress, how far you've come, what you've already achieved, and not how far you still have to go. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate your time. If you're interested, we have a bunch of free resources on our Facebook group, Annapolis Health, Fitness, and Mindset private Facebook group. You can go on and join. We'd be happy to see you. You can reach me at Shannon at TrueCoreCrossFit.com or Shannon at TrueCoreCoaching.com. Aline, where can they find you?
Aline at TrueCoreCoaching.com.
You know it.
Facebook,
The Book of Face, Shannon Logan, Aline Wetzel, like the pretzel. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us today. Interested in learning more? Join our free Facebook group, Annapolis Health, Fitness, Nutrition, and Mindset, where we give out resources every week and even have live trainings on helping you live your best life. Hope to see you there.